So the Nuggets have just won the NBA championship, and I'm going to talk about Game 5. I'm going to talk about the future of both the Nuggets, the Heat, and other teams in the league. And then we're going to talk about a controversial call that was made in the game, which didn't really impact the outcome because it was for the Heat. It was in favor of the Heat, who lost the game, obviously. But it was interesting. It's a foul call on Jimmy Butler. I'll talk about that later. Let's first start with the game. So in the first quarter, looks like the Nuggets had momentum. They were just getting easy offense, getting dunks, driving to the lane. Jokic didn't even take a shot. Very easy offense. Then the Heat, just in the second quarter, just started, and the first half, just started to mount their lead, mount a comeback, and Kyle Lowry played pretty well. Max Strus had spurts of playing well in the first half. Bam had 18 in the first half, played very well in the first half. The only person on the Heat who really didn't play that good in the first half was Jimmy. And Jimmy, through 3 quarters, had 8 points on 2 for 12 shooting. Didn't have the defensive impact that I thought he was going to have. And overall was not good at all. And a lot of people want to praise him for the 56 that he had against the Bucks. But he has to show up in these type of games, or else they're not winning a championship. So he was kind of non-existent for 3 quarters. Then he started getting to the free throw line in the fourth quarter, made 2 clutch threes. But yeah, besides that, he wasn't that good. Going to Denver, Jokic, sometimes it looked like he wasn't even trying. He had a casual 28 points, and I feel like that's every Jokic game at this point. It's like he has casual 28 and 16 games. You know what I'm saying? MPJ shot horrible from 3-point line this whole series. It continued in this game. The only real reason that Mike Malone kept him in this game is because, first of all, he was attacking the basket, which usually he doesn't do. And then second of all, defensively, he was giving out effort. Which usually when it comes to Michael Porter Jr., it's like if he's not scoring or if he's not shooting well, then there's really no point in having him in the game. But this time it was a little bit different because he was doing more things on the court, and he was actually willing to pass for once in his life. I mean, he wasn't passing well, but he was willing to. So really, MPJ did have a nice game, and he was rebounding well. So he did have a nice game. Jamal Murray was not great in this game. Jamal Murray and Aaron Gordon weren't great in this game at all, but this was really a defensive match. Jokic and Bam really going at it offensively. Yeah, this is really defense. all throughout the way. Some of it was just open looks, game missed. I'm pretty sure the Nuggets were like 1 for 15 in the first half from 3-point land. And I knew they were going to win when in the first half, the Nuggets were only down by like 6, and they had like one of the worst shooting halves in like history of the NBA. So I knew they're gonna pick it up. I knew Jokic was gonna close, and really, the better team won. So this brings me to my next point. The Heat have to go for Damian Lillard. Like, I don't care who you gotta trade. I don't care if it's Caleb Martin, Tyler Hero, and like 2 first-round pick packages. Because that's the only way you're gonna win with this team. Win a championship with this team. Because it feels like the East. It's a little bit easier to come out of the East than it is to win the championship. You know what I'm saying? And we saw this for the Lakers. When they played the Lakers in the finals, the Lakers were just a better team. Jimmy gave it his all. He pushed that game to 6. Should have been swept. And they would have been swept if he wasn't on the team. But it's really that they're outmatched in every finals match. And then when the years that they don't make it to the finals, it's just wasting years on Jimmy Butler and the rest of this team. Kyle Lowry is only getting older. Their new addition, Kevin Love, like 35. All of these guys are just getting older. Udonis Haslem retired. I mean, he wasn't really going to play anyways, but even their undrafted guys are pretty old. Like, Gabe Vincent's not on that 25. He's not 25, you know. He's on the older side. Even Caleb Martin. So, in order for this team to win, I think Nikola Jovic, Duncan Robinson, and Bam are the only are the young players on the team. So this team's only gonna get older as time goes on, and I think trading for Dame will just put this team's offense into a new level. One player you cannot trade. 2 players, obviously. Can't trade Jimmy Butler, obviously, for Dame. And then you can't trade Bam. But everybody else, like Tyler Hero, I mean, they made it to the finals without him. So it's not like they really need him. So if they trade Tyler Hero, I guess for salary cap reasons, Duncan Robinson, and 3 first-round picks for Dame, I think that puts them over the top. And then they can beat teams like the Nuggets. My only concern would be, will Jimmy Butler have these great performances in the playoffs when he's playing next to Dame? That will really be my only argument. So, it's just something for Pat Riley to think about. Eric Spoelstra to think about. Because they've been so close. I just think they need one more offensive weapon to put them over the top. So for the Nuggets, all they have to really do, in my opinion, is keep the same people. A lot of teams make the mistakes. I think the Lakers made this mistake very early. They won 2020. 2021, AD and LeBron were hurt, so they lost in the first round. They felt like in order for them to win, they needed another player, which I don't think they did. So they traded for Russ, and you see how that turned out. They missed the playoffs that year, and they had to retool their whole roster just to get back into the playoffs and back into the conference finals. So I think for the Nuggets, it's just keeping these same players and keeping the same continuity. Specifically, keep Bruce Brown. I don't know if they can, but I'm hoping they can. Keep Bruce Brown, MPJ, Jokic obviously, Jamal Murray obviously, KCP, Aaron Gordon, Christian Braun. I think I named 8 players, are really the key parts of this team that you need to keep. I would sign a backup center, like a capable backup center, or trade for one. Because DeAndre Jordan, he played, I don't know how many minutes he played. He played like some of the first quarter. He played 3 minutes in this game. And he was terrible. I will say okay, no, he was terrible. Yeah, there's no I will say. Nah, he was actually awful. People were saying how bad Jokic's defense is. DeAndre Jordan's a worse defender than Jokic. Like, I was watching that game, even the 3 minutes he played, there's one, Bam missed the shot, but he pulls up from mid-range. DeAndre Jordan drops so deep that, like, he was almost out of bounds. Like, he dropped so deep that, like, I was so shocked, bro. Like, he took drop coverage to another level. Like, you know what I'm saying? So, yeah. DeAndre Jordan's trash. Alright? Jeff Green is okay. I think you can keep him. He's just on the older side. So I would just say pick up a capable backup center. And then run it back. Because realistically, unless somebody makes a big move, these Western Conference teams are not keeping up. Warriors are getting older. Just lost to the Lakers. Unless the Lakers get like Kyrie or something. And even then, I don't even know if they can beat the Nuggets. Even if they get Kyrie. Suns already lost to the Nuggets. How are they going to make their team better unless Frank Vogel is like so much better than Monty Williams? You know? You still have DeAndre Ayton. He's not good. Devin Booker was averaging 35 in the playoffs, and y'all still lost. Like, it took Devin Booker and KD to put up like 95 points combined just for y'all to win by like 2 points. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, their defense is awful. The Suns are just not it. And mind you, I had the Suns make it to the finals before the playoffs. So obviously that pick was wrong. Nuggets are clearly better, but it's whatever. Take some L's, take some dubs. And I also had the Bucks making the finals. Another L, lost in the first round. But like, realistically, what Western Conference team is beating the Nuggets? Kings? Don't think so. If Kawhi keeps getting hurt, the Clippers are never gonna make it out of the Western Conference. Never. It's not gonna happen. Paul George, like, it's like they take turns. Kawhi gets hurt, then Paul George gets hurt. It's like a it's insane. It's like a It's like, it's like, it's like 100% guarantee at this point. Like you probably have a better chance at winning the lottery than the Clippers do in making the finals. Like, you probably have a better chance of getting struck by lightning than the Clippers being healthy. You know what I'm saying? What other teams are there? Like, the Thunder, I don't know. Like, maybe they can make the playoffs and maybe sign someone. I don't know. Like, my point, the Grizzlies, bro, John Morant might get suspended the whole season. Dylan Brooks is going to China. You know what I'm saying? So, there's literally no other teams that can beat the Nuggets. So just run it back. Bring all your players back and run this back. Like I said, unless they make a crazy move, the Mavericks missed the playoffs. Luka has a horrible team around him. It was the worst defense. The Mavericks have the worst defense I've ever seen in my life. Like, there's no team that can beat the Nuggets at this current stage. No team in the NBA that can beat the Nuggets in a 7-game series. So, just run it back. But that's really it. What do you all think about the Heat Nuggets finals? Suggestion to the Heat: trade for Damian Lillard. And my suggestion to the Nuggets: run it back. Because I'm telling you, none of those Western Conference teams can even mess with you. None of the Eastern Conference teams can mess with you. Even if the Bucks made the finals, even if the Celtics made the finals, I still don't think they're beating the Nuggets in the 7-game series. And I think at this point, Jokic is solidified, for me, top 2 player in the NBA. I still have Giannis as the best player, because I'm not gonna see one playoff series where he was hurt and like discredit him for that and then elevate Jokic. But Jokic has a case to be the best player in the league, and he's better than fraud Embiid. He's better than that trash boy. Dude, Embiid, it's a guarantee that he's about to lose in the second round every playoffs. So, look, Joel Embiid deserved the MVP, alright? I'm not going to go that far. All I'm going to say is, we know who's better. At this point, we know who's better. Dude, and I'm a Sixers fan too. That's crazy. I'm a Sixers fan. I have to watch James Harden and Joel Embiid drop like 9 and 15 points respectively in a Game 7. Shoot like 30% from the field. James Harden doesn't even try on defense. Dude, it's hard to be a Sixers fan. They don't watch Jokic just dominate like this when everybody's talking about who's the best center in the league, Embiid or Jokic. It's clear that Jokic is now. So, yeah, I'm done. I'm just mad at Embiid for selling the Sixers every year, and Jokic actually getting the job done. Like, I'm like really mad. And Harden, alright, I'm done. I'll see you guys later.